Who would have thought that an excellent English satirist would create the 21st century's equivalent of Rod Serling's legendary TV series, The Twilight Zone, transitioning it from a British TV channel onto the world stage via Netflix. I'm Stephen Archibald, and welcome to my movie podcast. Hello and welcome to my podcast. They Came From Within, Cult Movie Reviews, Mirror Moves, Black Mirror, Series 6, 2023. The anthology TV series has had a massive revival this century, largely thanks to two groundbreaking shows, one of them being American Horror Story, the other Charlie Brooker's Black Mirror, offering up thought-provoking and often provocative tales. Usually stories revolving around a rapid growth in technology and our inability to either use it wisely or merely keep up with it, with most episodes providing a bitter or deeply ironic sting in the tail. I loved reading Charlie Brooker's scathing TV reviews for the Guardian newspaper. During the first decade of this century, a heady, intelligent mix of bruising satire and abrasive humour, Brooker transferred his biting reviews to television through such inspired shows as Screenwipe and Newswipe. But it was his Ace Zombie series, Dead Set, from 2008, which led him on the path to Black Mirror. The bold title itself refers to the blank screen of a computer, a TV set, a smartphone, or a monitor. It's also a title which conjures up a sense of the dark arts. 27 episodes of Black Mirror have been made so far across 6 series, including a feature-length special in 2014 called White Christmas and an interactive movie entitled Bandersnatch from 2018. Comprising 5 episodes, Series 6 was released by Netflix on the 15th of June this year. In Joan is Awful, which stars Annie Murphy and Salma Hayek, we meet Joan. She's a middle manager at a tech company who has her life turned inside out when a quantum computer uses her personal devices to create a realistic CGI replication of her for a streaming series in which she is depicted as an egotistical monster. And then there's Loch Ness, a far bleaker tale, starring Samuel Blenkin, Myha'la Herrold, and the terrific Monica Dolan, in which the young film students Davis and Peer go to stay with Davis's mother Janet in a remote Scottish town called Loch Henry. They embark upon making a documentary about a serial killer who had operated in the area, and discover something extremely nasty close to home. We then enter true Philip K. Dick territory with the next episode. Aaron Paul, Josh Hartnett and Kate Mara star in Beyond the Sea. In an alternate 1969, 2 astronauts are engaged on a deep space mission. In between their tasks, they are able to electronically transmit their individual minds into robotic replicants, who are identical to each of them, back on Earth. Tragedy befalls one of the men, and the consequences are highly unexpected. The penultimate episode is called Mazzy Day. Zazie Beetz stars as Beau, a young woman who can be classified as an exception. She's a paparazzi photographer with a conscience. Even so, the hard-up Beau takes on the well-paid assignment of stalking a troubled film star called Mazzy Day, who's portrayed by the Danish actress Clara Rugard. But Mazzy really does have something she can't dare share with a prying world. The final story, Demon 79, manages to be as playful as it is disturbing. Starring Anjana Vasan and Papa Asiedu, it follows the struggles of a young British Asian girl called Nida Huck, who faces racism and discrimination on a daily basis. A means is found for a demon called Gap to present himself to her. But this dude is no Aladdin. Gap tells Nida she must kill 3 people in 3 days, or else a nuclear holocaust will be triggered. This tale may not unfold in a way you'd expect, but its pressing concerns resonate to this day. Brooker co-wrote this episode with the comedian Bisha K. Ali. What's most ironic about the 6th series of Black Mirror is that only 2 episodes, Joni is Awful and Beyond the Sea, have a science fiction basis, involving technology we've yet to develop in real life. Although we're pretty damn close to achieving what happens in Joni is Awful. Deep faking movie stars, both alive and deceased, on the big screen is a hot topic right now. The other stories involve either outright horror or scares of a supernatural variety. What's funny is that Charlie Brooker's no technophobe. He actually likes technology. He's simply aware that we must remain vigilant where advanced gadgetry and systems are concerned. Brooker summed it up perfectly in an interview he gave with The Guardian in 2011. If technology is a drug, and it does feel like a drug, then what precisely are the side effects? This area between delight and discomfort is where Black Mirror is set. Monica Dolan has already been in Black Mirror. She surfaced in the Series 5 episode entitled Smithereens. Anjana Vasan also popped up in an earlier episode. She can be briefly seen in the Series 3 tale called Nosedive. And I should point out that Anjana was rather terrifying in the 4th and final series of Killing Eve, portraying Pam, a trainee assassin who's as coldly lethal as the titular character. Even now, I can picture her sinister gaze. Thankfully, Anjana can do comedy too. She was one of the stars of an hilarious Channel 4 comedy series called We Are Lady Parts. And Aaron Paul provided the voice of Gamer 691 in the Emmy Award-winning episode USS Callister from the 4th series. Papa Asiedu is making a name for himself in genre series, appearing in Gangs of London, The Lazarus Project, and the 2nd series of The Capture. In a recent Radio Times interview, Papa praised the Demon 79 story by saying it just straddles the line between humour and very, very painful truths in a way that not many scripts or scriptwriters have the courage to do. Charlie Brooker had picked Annie Murphy for Joni's Awful after seeing her inspired comedic performances in the popular TV series Schitt's Creek. The first 2 series of Black Mirror and the special White Christmas were made with Channel 4. Due to budgetary concerns, the UK channel felt that the series might only continue if it became a co-production. Following various complications, the situation was resolved when Netflix bought the series, and Black Mirror has remained on this streaming platform ever since. From its bold opening episode, The National Anthem, which aired on the 4th of December 2011, and which featured a terrific performance by Rory Kinnear as a beleaguered Prime Minister, the series has continued to surprise and delight. It's a pity the recent episode, Mazzy Day, has polarised viewers, as the acting and some of the story's ideas are quite absorbing. Still, I think it is safe to say Brooker's dazzling show will be around for as long as he wants it to be. I'm Stephen Archibald, and thank you very much for listening to my podcast, They Came From Within, Cult Movie Reviews. You can listen to or download all of my episodes via most podcast hosts, and you are more than welcome to follow me. Look after yourself, and bye-bye.